Laura Dukess. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. That was not what I was expecting. Thank you, Kyle, for that incredible over-the-top introduction. But more than that, thank you for all you do for Day One, for being such a dedicated leader on the board and friend. Thank you to Kara, our board chair extraordinaire, who does more than any one person should do and does it all well. It's kind of incredible. And to Whitney, chair of the board's development committee, for getting everyone so fired up for this incredible night. And to all my fellow board members, each of you deserves to be honored here tonight, and I hope you feel honored. Let's recognize them all, please. Some of these amazing board members joined during the pandemic, and this is the first time we have met in person, the first time we have met some of them. How amazing is that? To everyone here tonight, for valuing and supporting Day One, really my deepest, deepest thanks. And a huge separate thanks to you, Stephanie, to the staff, and to the leadership of Day One. Over the past 6 years, I have been so impressed by all of you and all that you do. The work that you do is challenging in the best of circumstances. That you've been able to pivot during this pandemic and meet the hugely increased demand and get critical services to youth all over the city is truly remarkable. Yeah, let's give them a hand. Yes. We all come to Day One for our own reasons. Nicole and Emma have so eloquently explained their paths to Day One. Thank you for sharing your stories. I'm here, and I came to Day One, as Kyle said, because like them, I know how difficult it is for a young person experiencing abuse not to have support. I know how hard it is to get help for a problem that is unrecognized, that doesn't even have a name. When I began college 1,000,000 years ago, yes, the boy across the hall grew obsessed with me. He was a neighbor, not a friend, but he decided that if I only followed my heart, I would realize that I loved him. I did not. But he refused to accept this, and he followed me, he wrote letters, he broke into my room, he stole personal items, he left me disturbing mementos. His obsession continued throughout college and beyond, and none of the adults I turned to offered any help at all. I'll never forget the counselor who urged me to think carefully about what I had done to cause this. For a very long time, I was confused. I was afraid, and I was ashamed. In those days, you see, it really was 1,000,000 years ago, there was no such thing as stalking. I was without recourse or support until the young man I now know was a stalker, assaulted my brother-in-law. This is what allowed us to have him arrested. And after several legal proceedings, to obtain an order of protection. Thankfully, he obeyed the order, but it took years for my fear to subside. And as trying as it was, I know that my experience pales in comparison to the challenges and horrors faced by Emma, Nicole, and so many young people today. Problems that were once not widely recognized, and some of which did not have a name, let alone effective recourse. Thankfully, Day One is here for these young people. In my book, our staff and our leaders are heroes. They're heroes for providing counseling and legal support to help survivors like Nicole navigate the interplay of abuse and immigration status, for offering community and validation for survivors like Emma, who felt so alone, for educating young people throughout our city about dating violence and consent and preparing them to be leaders in their communities, for doing everything possible to get revenge porn removed from the internet and help survivors cope with this insidious violation, and for educating school security officers, counselors, court officers, judges, and others to recognize abuse, to know what to do about it, to know how to help, and to know never to blame. And these are just some of the things that this incredible staff does daily. So while I am grateful, very grateful to be honored by Day One, honestly, for me, it is a privilege to be part of this incredible organization. Please help me to honor Day One by continuing to give generously tonight and in the future. And now I'm happy to say that there's still much more to enjoy this evening, and have a great night.